The gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
On Sunday, Mississippi lost a talented young woman when she tragically died in an airplane accident. Lake Little had accomplished a great deal in her lifetime. She was an honored student, a skilled athlete, and a volunteer in her local community. Lake had a bright future. She held dreams of serving her country in the United States Air Force and had already enlisted in the Mississippi Air National Guard. Mississippi is proud of the life that Lake lived, and we are grateful for the positive impact she had in her community and on our state. Today, Lake's friends, family, and community have gathered to remember her and celebrate her life. Mr. Speaker, I would ask for a moment of silence on the House floor at this time as we join Lake's loved ones in honoring her memory. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. For what purpose does the gentleman from California seek recognition? The chair will now entertain requests for 1-minute speeches. For what purpose does the gentleman from Mississippi seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute and to revise and extend my remarks.
The gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
On Sunday, Mississippi lost a talented young woman when she tragically died in an airplane accident. Lake Little had accomplished a great deal in her lifetime. She was an honored student, a skilled athlete, and a volunteer in her local community. Lake had a bright future. She held dreams of serving her country in the United States Air Force and had already enlisted in the Mississippi Air National Guard. Mississippi is proud of the life that Lake lived, and we are grateful for the positive impact she had in her community and on our state. Today, Lake's friends, family, and community have gathered to remember her and celebrate her life. Mr. Speaker, I would ask for a moment of silence on the House floor at this time as we join Lake's loved ones in honoring her memory. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. For what purpose does the gentleman from California seek recognition?
Tonight, family members are sharing their grief after their sister, an 18-year-old pilot, died in a small plane crash Saturday in Oxford. Today, the NTSB arrived at the crash site to determine what went wrong. Good evening, I'm Richard Ransom.
And I'm Katina Rankin. Lake Little was the daughter of a Starkville alderman, known as a devoted community volunteer. Local 24 News reporter Rebecca Butcher spoke with her brothers.
Well, it's a heartbreaking loss for Lake Little's family. The 18-year-old died after her Cessna 172 crashed at the Ole Miss golf course on Saturday. She was practicing to get her pilot's license.
Lake was the funniest person. She was spunky. She was sassy. She was determined. She was powerful. She was daring. She had absolutely no fear at all.
Her brothers, Layden and Peyton Little, say she had big dreams.
Just helping others was a big passion of hers. She wanted to be an Air Force pilot, but she wanted to go get her degree in speech pathology.
She planned to study at the University of Southern Mississippi, founded Reading Matters, an organization for young students, and Lieutenant Colonel Mike Hainsey with Civil Air Patrol calls her selfless.
It didn't seem like she was taking any time for herself other than to improve herself and things like flying. I talked to her actually just before she went flying, and she was really excited about flying, going on that flight.
Her family is now comforted by how much she impacted others.
Being able to hear people's stories about her and the way that she made me feel. And I think that would be the legacy for her, is just how she was able to make people feel. She always made people feel like they were important and they were valued and they were wanted.
Rebecca Butcher, Local 24 News.
Tragic. Delete it. Stop. Good. If Mama Bryce was an 80s queen, I
Working till 3. If you ain't with me, yes, money. Hey, that was the nice song. Yeah. This baby. This is for A.
Lake Little, the Starkville teenager who died in a plane crash at the Ole Miss golf course over the weekend, inspired Starkville through all of her accomplishments. WTV's Nicole Dantzler attended a celebration of life service with many of Little's family and friends there. She's live with how they said she affected Starkville and other residents.
Craig, I spoke with some of Lake Little's friends who attended her celebration of life ceremony today, and they said that she was bold, her smile was infectious, and her heart inspired many.
I love Lake. I just want to live the rest of my life for her and just live just like she did.
These two sisters, Kate and Caroline Maddox, said when Lake Little walked into a room, her joy spread to everyone. Even those who knew her as a little girl said her personality was like a beam of light.
I called her Little Sharpay from the film High School Musical, and she's just sassier and sassier than ever. I just thought the service today was an incredible tribute to a well-lived life, and I loved what her brothers said, and everyone has just been touched by her, and her impact will be eternal.
Her family held the funeral at the First Baptist Church Outreach Worship Center. People sang some of her favorite songs like I Can Only Imagine and This Is Not Goodbye. Both Kate and Caroline were on their way to Lake's burial at the Oddfellows Cemetery in Starkville. But before they left, they stopped to tell me how much of an inspiration she was to the both of them.
Thank you, Lake, because you have taught me to be confident. You never let me think any less of myself, and I know that you did that for everyone, and I would just continue to live that way for you, and I love you, Angel.
Now, it's obvious that Lake Little impacted the community in a major way. Now, it's a huge loss, but her legacy is eternal. Live in Starkville, Nicole Dantzler, WTVA 9 News.
A crash over the weekend. WTV's Nicole Dantzler sat down with Lake Little's family to see how they're preparing for this moment.
Craig, I'm at the First Baptist Church where the viewing is taking place right now. You can see family, friends, and members of the community lining up inside to say a few last words and spend their final moments with Lake Little. Earlier today, I spoke with her two older brothers that say that in such a short amount of time, she impacted so many people that she could never, ever be forgotten.
We were all just sitting in the living room trying to decide if we were going to go to the movies or not.
Pat and Little said that's when he first got the call of Lake's plane crash on Saturday. Soon after, the family drove straight to Memphis. Lake Little flew the plane that crashed on the Ole Miss golf course and hopes to get her pilot license on July 10th. She wanted to study pathology at the University of Southern Miss, and she signed up for the Air National Guard. Her dream was to eventually fly for FedEx.
She loved to fly, first and foremost, but more importantly, that she loved to serve others and she loved her God.
Their favorite memories of Lake is being a typical older brother and annoying her.
She was sitting in her room minding her own business. She had to go be disruptive. And that's just when a lot of talks came and just a lot of enjoyment.
And Googling each other's names.
If you just type in Lake Little, nothing will pop up. It'll just be pictures of lakes and bodies of water, you know, nothing else there. But now when you go on Google, all you can see is pictures of lake with a few pictures of bodies of water thrown in there too.
The family said it's no real way to prepare for this moment, but the outpour of love from everyone in the community has been helpful. For now, live in Starkville, Nicole Dantzler, WTVA 9 News.
Little's funeral is scheduled to begin in the morning at 9. Following the service, Starkville police will temporarily close a couple of roads for her procession. In the map posted by Starkville police, it starts at the First Baptist Church Worship Center. A portion of Jackson Street will be closed. Then East Lampkin Street will be closed from Jackson Street to Fellowship Street. And from there, the portion of Fellowship Street near the Oddfellows Cemetery will be closed. According to police, the area marked in yellow may stay closed throughout the graveside service for the safety of vehicular and pedestrian traffic if needed. Healthcare. Family members are talking after a plane crash that killed a Starkville teenager. 18-year-old Lake Little died in that crash over the weekend at the Ole Miss Golf Course, and her family shared their memories with WTV's Nicole Dantzler, who's live in Oktibbeha County after talking with Lake Little's brothers.
Craig, Lake Little's death happened so suddenly that her family said they had no time to prepare for this kind of pain. And even though she's gone so soon, her brother said that her legacy lives on forever.
We heard just after 4 that there was an accident. We were kind of in the dark. We didn't know anything that was going on, so we just got in the car and headed up there, hoping for the best. And, we got there and then got the news.
Peyton Little recalls the moments right before his sister died in a plane crash at the Ole Miss Golf Course on Saturday.
Powerful. She was daring. She had absolutely no fear at all.
Lake Little's older brother, Layton Little, describes her as an outgoing person that enjoyed doing her favorite hobbies, and that included flying planes. Layton says she was considered a student pilot at the time of the crash and was set to take her check flight to obtain her private pilot license on July 10th.
About her and the way that she made me feel. And I think that'll be the legacy for her, is just how she was able to make people feel. She always made people feel like they were important and they were valued and they were wanted.
Layton and Peyton say they still have some unanswered questions about the crash, but for now they're focused on making the funeral arrangements. For now, live in Starkville, Nicole Dantzler, WTVA 9 News.
Fasten your seatbelts, because even though yesterday it was 90 degrees, today the runway might be icy. Welcome to Mississippi. I'm your pilot, Lake Little, and we're going flying. This is Cap 2233 requesting takeoff from North Mississippi, home to 2 rival SEC teams and king of rock and roll Elvis Presley. Asking to go all the way down to the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. Climbing to 3,000 feet, we see acres of catfish ponds. You are looking at the catfish capital of the world. Catfish ponds merge into cotton fields as we enter the Delta, one time home to the famous Zig Ziglar. As the winds pick up, we begin to hear the Delta Blues being sung by the king of the blues himself, B.B. King. Heading south, we fly over the state's capital, rich in history and controversy. Mississippi has come so far to now having the most African-American elected officials. We continue south and admire the grand Mississippi River. Hundreds of pine trees come into view, and I know we are in the Pine Belt. We see Southern Miss and the Hub City. Following the train tracks below towards the coast, we see the resilient live oaks and the Biloxi Lighthouse, holding firm despite Camille or Katrina. We are dedicated to overcoming obstacles or turbulence that threaten our success. We are rich in culture, history, and generosity. Ladies and gentlemen, as we make our final descent, be sure to secure your seatbelts. This is Cap 2233 requesting to land in the #1 state for agriculture production and hospitality, the grand state of Mississippi.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place.
How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong, and what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone.
How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Don't let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell